My only son, Saqib, had performed poorly in his annual exams. I had an inkling of the reason. It was the time when touch mobile phones were just beginning to make their mark in our country. Even so, I bought him one rather late. Before long, it became an essential part of our work and home life. My mistake was that I had given my son a modern mobile phone. Through the internet, it was a treasure trove of various games, cartoons, dramas, animal shows, and magical films. Children are drawn to such things, like moths to a flame. This is exactly what happened with Saqib. Gradually, his attachment to the mobile phone deepened. He began using it more frequently. I would take it away after warning him, but he would take advantage of my affection and use it a little longer. "I didn't expect such low marks from you," I said to Saqib after looking at his report card. "Papa, I did study hard." Saqib's words did not match his expression. "If you studied hard, then why such low marks?" He stood there in silence. "Saqib, come with me." He looked at me and followed. Once in my room, I lovingly sat him down in front of me and said, "Saqib, you always score well, but you know the reason for these low marks, and so do I." He sat quietly, his head bowed. "Son, if you hadn't used the mobile so much, your focus on studies would have been greater." I noticed that he was beginning to realize his mistake. Deep signs of embarrassment were evident on his face. "I'm not saying you shouldn't benefit from this modern convenience. Use it only for its intended purpose, which is why we bought it. For instance, making calls, watching informative programs on WhatsApp and YouTube, and that too, for just 1 hour a day." "Son, you've neglected your books. You only read your textbooks and pay no attention to other academic, literary, and informative books. Reading on a screen requires your eyes to be fixed in one place. The screen emits radiations that gradually diminish eyesight. Moreover, it puts a strain on the mind, to the extent that human behavior changes. There's no such risk with books printed on paper." Saqib replied, "Yes, Papa. I realize my mistake now. It's a shiny danger. I will only use the mobile phone for 1 hour a day from now on." "Son, I'm glad you've realized your mistake so quickly." The next day, when I returned home from the office, I had a few books in my hands. I gave them to Saqib to read. He expressed his happiness. I told him, "Once you finish these, I'll get you more books." Seeing the joy on his face gave me a sense of satisfaction.